that opening weekend, could they host here at Peterson? It is a long shot, and Fisher's mentioned it. And Katie and I all night long, we're going to take a look at the big picture. Who's in, who's out, who's on the bubble, who's bringing Thanksgiving dinner to the George House.
It's an exciting time. I love this time right here around Thanksgiving week because it makes for great matches, obviously, to close out conference play across the country. And then selection show is on Sunday night. Everybody gets to see their fate, where they're going, who they're facing, and then you can start dreaming of the possibilities. And for Pittsburgh, the possibilities are extreme. Not only could you host the first and second round, potentially a regional if you're able to slip into the top 4 in RPI, and then to think that the Final Four is here in your hometown, in your city. They could easily be one of the 4 in the Final Four, and think about how exciting that is for them to think about.
PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh starting December 19th. First things first, wrapping up the regular season here with Louisville serving, and we are underway with Dilfer, the first serve, and Lund getting the first point.
A nice job by Tori Dilfer with that serve. She immediately gets Pittsburgh out of system with that pass by Haley Hilligus. They have to set the ball to the right side. This is a point that you want to capitalize on if you're Louisville, and unfortunately for Markovich, she's able to get that kill.
Give a lot of credit to the play of Hilligus to get there to save that point for Pitt. And an early chance here, and it will be a point for Pittsburgh.
Really nice job by Iko Jones going up there, but unfortunately, net violation called for Pitt.
So first 2 points to Pittsburgh. Panthers coming off a sweep over NC State on Sunday, capping an undefeated road record this season. Kayla Lund. Dilfer with the set. Chance here for Pittsburgh. And the first point for Louisville. Louisville will make a substitution. Mia Stander will come in. Lexi Hamilton, Claire Chaussee, Anna Stevenson, Dilfer, Amber Stivrins, and Amaya Tillman, the starters for Louisville here today. KO with the quick set and the kill by Sabrina Starks. Starks getting the start with Lane Van Buskirk, Chinaza Ende. Alexis Akeo is the setter.
Great in-system ball right on Akeo's head. She's able to go with a quick one set to Starks. Crushes it, sharp angle, really nice job. That's textbook volleyball for Pittsburgh.
Hilligus usually very good when it comes to serving. Not this time, a service error. And it's a point for the Cards. Lexi Hamilton will step back, the libero from Assumption. And if you haven't been with us this year, anytime somebody went to Katie's alma mater, I have to have that pause just to let everyone know where Katie went to school before going to Louisville.
Really nice job by Chi Inde on the right side. And that's what we talk about when you look at this Pitt team. They are so balanced. It doesn't matter where they send the ball, they're able to terminate. Great job going against a solo block. She cuts it inside, back to zone 2. Zone 1 area.
Maddie Soboleski comes in to serve for the Panthers. Almost saved by Hilligus. Libero for Pittsburgh. It's a point for the Cards.
Nice job by Louisville coming right back with a similar situation here with the one ball. Anna Stevenson cuts it across her body back to Hilligus. And that's something that connection between Tori Dilfer and Anna Stevenson, it's been a work in progress, and they really feel like they're clicking at the right time.
Good serve from Iko Jones, and that's a point for the Cards. They've tied it at 4.
And here's the deal. So far in these first couple of points, Pitt is struggling to pass the ball. So if Louisville can keep the pressure and stay aggressive from the service line, they could stay in this game for a long period of time.
As you pointed out, Pittsburgh, an outstanding passing team, and an easy kill for Lane Van Buskirk, the senior, puts it away.
Nice pass, a little bit tight. Soboleski able to pull it off, get it to Van Buskirk. Really nice job by redshirt freshman Soboleski. Tight on the net, pulling it off, giving her a swing, a chance to attack.
Chaussee, dug out by Hilligus. Lund winds up and fires it wide, and we're tied again at 5.
Interesting situation over on Pittsburgh side. They decided to go with a 6-2. Dan Fisher says he feels confident in both the 5-1 with the KO and the 6-2 running both setters, but he said we just want to continue to work so that we can get better at both because they could potentially use both of them when they move into the NCAA tournament.
Sobolewski, saved by Chaussee. Dug out by Hilligus, and here's Lund. Point for Pittsburgh. Yeah, Fisher told us this week that we're in a good spot, spending a lot of time fine-tuning, as you would imagine, when a team's 28-1. They've been in and out of the 6-2, as you mentioned. They feel like they can win with either lineup, and it's hard to say what their best lineup is. They're trying to figure it out as a coaching staff, which is a pretty nice luxury to have. Well, we've got so many good things right now. Like, what's the best thing we do?
Great run by Louisville. In-system pass right on top of Dilfer's head. She goes with the slide set behind. Hannah Stevenson off 1 foot. You got 1 block, cuts it down the line. Really nice job there. And continues to work that connection in the middle. But here's Pittsburgh. You've got a small setter in the front row. Can you run against Tori Dilfer?
One hammers it.
Doesn't have to. Jeez Louise, what a shot that is. Zone 4, are you kidding me, Lund? Out of system set, she has to come inside here. Inside, and look, she goes thumb down to be able to make that sharp angle shot. So hard to defend. Usually that's just a cut shot. That's a finesse shot, and she had power to it as well.
And she put it right where she wanted to. Makeo with the serve, Louisville out of system. Makeo quick set, dug out by the Cards. Stephanie Williams, Ende. Great job by Aiko Jones to keep it alive.
Oh my gosh, Aiko Jones everywhere.
Another pancake. What a point here in Pittsburgh. Ende.
Oh. You hate to see it, a net violation by Louisville. What a rally back and forth. Phenomenal defense on both sides, specifically on Louisville. Time and time again, they're able to keep that play alive. Aiko Jones, she's 6'1", Eric. 6'1", right side attacker. You usually don't see girls like that playing in the back row, but she can do it all. Phenomenal job by her.
And again, to give Louisville a lot of credit here, you usually don't see a rally that long in a Pittsburgh match.
No, you don't. That's why their stats aren't great on paper, because they're so efficient and they don't go to many sets further than 3. Nice job by Louisville siding out in that situation.
Dilfer will serve for the Cards, down by 1.
Louisville's back in a good situation. Dilfer's in the back row. Now you've got 3 options in the front row and bigger blocks. Can they capitalize and string together a run of points here?
Chaussee calls for it, gets there. Dilfer. And that's a point for the Cards, who are playing very well here against the #2 team in the country.
So that ball goes high off of Louisville's block. Chaussee able to chase it down, keep them in system. Aiko Jones cuts it back to zone 1. Lexis Akeo playing a little bit too inside off of her base. She needs to stay home on that inline to be able to dig up that ball.
Jones hitting .254 this year, good for 2nd on the team. That was deflected, and it's a point for Pittsburgh.
Kayla Lund heard it, she felt it. Luckily the up ref agreed. Now she heads back to serve. Really nice back and forth so far.
Kurt Fulmer, our up ref, working with Scott Thompson here today. Ooh, almost big mistake by Louisville, a little miscommunication. Opportunity for Pittsburgh.
Nice set by Chaussee.
Starts with the set.
Woo! Nice dig.
Defensive play by Dilfer to keep it alive. Another long point. Williams has it knocked back, and it's a point for the Cards. Great defense so far from Louisville.
Starts with Dilfer. She has to go with the tomahawk. Save the face, save the face. Beautiful up. Chaussee puts him back in system, and look at that block. Deep in the court, nobody's home. Obviously, everybody sucks in. One to get for that roof of a block, but nice job by Louisville finishing the point.
5th tie so far here in the opening set, and the Cards have the lead.
Here you go, you're out of system. Lexis Akeo pushed back, She's backpedaling. Nice job trying to push it out, but it's just a little bit too tight. Williams is forced to tip. You don't want to go into Aiko Jones and Amaya Tillman in that situation.
Amaya Tillman came into the match with 66 total blocks, good for third on the team. The point is being given to Pittsburgh, and now
Louisville hates that.
Danny Busboom-Kelly is coming over looking for an explanation. Let's watch the replay while she talks it over.
So she's in the net all over it. And technically she's back row, so that should be a back row attack. I would have gone with the green card and tried to challenge that.
Replay on, point for Pittsburgh, 10-10. And now Pittsburgh's back in front.
And that's what you can't have, okay? You miss a call, that's unfortunate, but you can't let it spiral into 1, 2, 3, potentially more points than it needs to be. Aiko Jones needs to recognize that's an underset ball. You don't need to muscle and power it through in that situation. Just be smart, give your defense another chance to play out of it. And so there you go, 3 points right there off of a clear net violation that should not have been missed by the down ref.
And now Pittsburgh's in front by 2.
Nice serve, Mia Standard overpass here. Williams able to finish it. Nice pass.
Gilligas, great reflexes to keep it alive for Lund. Lund.
Nice job again.
Another long point here. Chaussee hammers it home.
This is good volleyball. And this is what you want to see. Two of the best teams, obviously the best team in the conference, going back and forth, but they're doing it with defense. They're doing it on the block. Both teams wanting to peak and play really, really well going into the NCAA tournament. I'm impressed.
Akeo Frende blocked back, and another point for Louisville. So this is a great response by Louisville after you mentioned that 3-point swing. It looked like Pittsburgh was maybe building some momentum, but the Cards have fought right back.
Great job by Anna Stevenson. The extension and then the press. Unbelievable job getting out and being able to close in a timely fashion. And then, boom, Lane Van Buskirk. Okay.
Lane Van Boomkirk.
Oh, I like that. I see what you did there, Eric. Well played.
I think I got to it before you did. So.
Lane Van Boomkirk. I don't hate it.
Because you're in the holiday spirit. If there's any other time.
I am.
If you any other time, maybe you'd just give me the dismissive look.
Oh, no. We've got a Let's Talk Turkey segment coming up later.
Yes, after the second set, you will not believe the time that Katie George has put into our Thanksgiving-themed analysis of the 4 teams that are in the NCAA tournament, it would appear, from the ACC. There's still hope for Georgia Tech. Looks like North Carolina's hopes were dashed today when they had a 5-set loss at home to Wake Forest. Block back, and the Cards are in front.
Nice job by Louisville, putting up a big, strong, solid block. They're doing a nice job closing, and that's much enforced because of the middle blocker, Anna Stevenson. She's the workhorse out there. Really doing a nice job getting out there and closing. Low set. Low set there, and Stephanie Williams has to tip out of it. Nice job controlling and managing the situation. You'd hope for Louisville they'd be prepared for that. Sobolewski shoots this one a little bit too low. She can't do much with it. Unfortunately, Lexi Hamilton, 1 or 2 steps shy of making that one a dig.
9th tie of this first set. Dilfer, Chaussee.
Oh.
Almost saved again by Gilligas.
What a swing. Great set by Tori Dilfer here. Phenomenal pass. Chaussee. Oh, body checks her.
Women's college volleyball is brought to you by Food Lion, the official grocer of the ACC. Beautiful breezy evening here in Pittsburgh, a day before Thanksgiving. And it's 15-14 Louisville. And I'll reinforce what Katie said before. Just some good volleyball being played right now.
Both teams Strong defense, strong blocking up at the front. Obviously, you knew we'd see some big-time attacking, but very, very impressive. And more so, you expect this from Pittsburgh, given all the success they've had so far this season. But Louisville does not seem shell-shocked by the moment whatsoever. I'm really impressed with the way that they've come out of the gate starting this game. There's another great dig.
And that one's going to go long from Iko Jones. Another tie number 10.
Tori Dilfer trying to go to the back row attack, and Iko Jones. Nice decision, just a little bit too much power, a little too long. Didn't get on top of it as much as she probably would have liked to. Now you're tied back up. Can you side out?
Lane Van Buskirk will check out. Zoe Faki will come in and serve for the Panthers. Faki serves it to Chaussee. Block back. Kayla Lund puts Pittsburgh in front.
Nice job by Pittsburgh reading the situation. You only have 2 attackers up there with the setter in the front row. They go with the slide. Really nice job by Kayla Lund, feeling that the middle blocker wasn't going to be able to close in time, so she reaches her hands in. She gets that solo stuff block. Nicely done by her.
Faki to Chaussee again. Dilfer with the set. And that's a whistle against Pittsburgh, so it's a point for Louisville.
Great job by Claire Chaussee in the back row. 2 solid 3 passes there. And clearly Pittsburgh is keying on her. They want to serve her. And she's sticking in there doing a really nice job. And she's the kid whose role changed the most after Melanie McHenry went down against Notre Dame. She moved into that L1 spot and really had to become the kid, the guy that everybody was going to rely on. And she's done a really nice job adapting to that new role.
That was a quick point. Nika Markowitz, the lefty senior from Slovenia.
Solo block again. Tillman unable to get there. So much court, so much net to play with there. She goes cross court, easy kill.
Freshman setter ready to serve it up for Pittsburgh. Akeo.
Out of system set coming, tight to the net. Back to Stivrins.
Lund found just the opening for the kill.
And that's the thing. She can go power cross court, but here she's trying to get out in transition. Goes thumb up right over top of Iko Jones' head. Chaussee unable to get there in time. Just smart volleyball. She's got all the tools in the box.
5 kills for Lund here in the opening set.
Miscommunication there.
One's just long, and it's another point for Pittsburgh, and they have a 3-point lead here in the first set. And a timeout being called here by Louisville.
Super quick. All of a sudden, on a dime, it flips, and now you've got Pittsburgh up by 3 points. Unforced errors for Louisville.
Well, you mentioned the play of Claire Chaussee, who over the last 8 matches is averaging 11.5 kills a match. She has played so well. She's making the most of the opportunity that became available when Melanie McHenry, who was with the team and traveling, suffered a season-ending knee injury at Notre Dame on October 16th. She had surgery November 12th. She's the only senior on this team, so you take away a great player, maybe a Player of the Year candidate in the ACC.
Easily.
And a leader on this team as well. So they came back and won that match against Notre Dame. They're down 2 sets to none. We were sitting there. It was an amazing comeback with your best player out with an injury. But then they stumbled after that, and now they've regrouped.
They have, and Claire Chaussee would be a prime reason why they have regrouped. But going back to that injury, you hate to see that, especially for somebody late in their career like Melanie McHenry. I remember when we recruited her to Louisville, I was on her recruiting visits. We hosted her, and so you knew she was going to be something special coming from Indiana. She was nearby, had a phenomenal high school career. She actually played football in high school as well. Comes to Louisville, phenomenal 4-year career, and here's what makes this so tough to swallow, in my opinion. She was 2.5 games past the cutoff of being able to redshirt, and obviously she had a phenomenal senior night on Sunday at Louisville. Great reception, not a dry eye in the house, because it's such a sad situation for her. 2.5 games. Now she's going to have to watch the NCAA tournament, her team go through that from the sidelines. But credit to her, she's kept a great mindset, great mentality about it, and she said sometimes stuff happens like this.
Her teammates came back and won in South Bend on October 16th, but then the team went and lost 4 of their next 5 as they were really trying to figure out what they were going to do without someone in the top 10 list in kills all time. How has Danny Busboom-Kelly mixed and matched here in that time since the senior went down with the injury?
Well, they had a lot of people playing in that L2 position with Melanie McHenry early on, so they've had experience playing in these matches, but really she's gone with Claire Chaussee in that L1, and then Amber Stivrins has done a nice job as well. But to your point, they slipped. It was a struggle because they were trying to figure out their identity, missing Mel, who did so many things for them. She was a 6th rotation player, but now they've kind of settled into their new lineup. They're feeling confident, they feel comfortable, and she's actually tinkered a little bit with the set as well. They went with Shannon Shields after that Notre Dame match that we saw. True freshman, was able to ride her out, and then they went back to Tori Dilfer, a junior transfer from TCU, who's done a really nice job as of late. She's got more experience, a little bit more in terms of leadership, and this team really needed that leadership factor, not having Melanie McHenry out there.
So after Louisville picked up a couple of points out of that timeout, one stop set mini run, and Pittsburgh's the first team to 20 here in the first set. Quick set and the kill for Amaya Tillman. Tillman is a freshman. Tycho Jones is a redshirt freshman. Stivrins is a freshman. Chaussee is a sophomore. There is some young talent on this Louisville team.
Yes, there is, and phenomenal job. Great pass there. Tori Dilfer goes with a 3-gap set, which is a few feet away from her. Still a quick set in tempo. Tillman able to put it away, and this is what surprised me, the blocking. I mean, we knew they were a good blocking team, but you're also going against one of the most potent offenses in the league, and yet you're roofing them time and time again. Chi Inde, nowhere to go. Great job by Tillman. Work ethic, man. You're the workhorse.
Center.
Here's what I love. Tied at 20. Who's the first to 5? This is a small game to 5. No unforced errors after 20.
First point for Pittsburgh after they were the first team to 20.
Nice job by Starks managing that situation. A little bit too tight to the net. She's able to work her way out of it. Louisville kind of wanting a double call there off the set. Ooh.
Good chance here for Pittsburgh, and they take advantage.
Great job by Chi Inde coming back. She's been blocked a couple of times on that right side. She still finds a way to muscle and power this one through. Great job. Solo block, finding the inside of those hands.
She has 3 kills on 13 swings. That block has been there for Louisville here tonight. That one.
What did I just say?
What did
I just say? After 20, no unforced errors. No unforced errors.
Timeout called by Louisville after that unforced error by the Cardinals.
Can't allow it. And they're usually successful against those top 25 teams. That's why you see them time and time again, year after year, in the top 5, top 4 most likely in the RPI.
Pittsburgh has 4 wins against teams in the top 25 this year, and they are 1 point away from taking set 1 against Louisville.
And you hate to see it right now. I mean, not saying that Louisville can't come back from this deficit right here to close out this match, but you were playing so well, and then you strung together 2 errors there to finish out this match, and that's just not what you want to see after you played so well. That's what you want to see. Phenomenal swing by Chaussee. She's high in the air, going up and over top of that block. Really nice job. That's the pass Mia Standard wanted originally. She's going against a solo block. When you go against a solo block, it needs to be a kill.
Set point number 2. Still alive here for Louisville. Chaussee hitting error, and that will do it. Pittsburgh takes set 1, 25-22. 13 ties in that first set. In the end, the ACC champs have enough to take set 1.
She's been phenomenal on a potent offense, and then Lexis Akeo, freshman of the year, hands down. She's won freshman of the week 7 times. I don't know who else you could give it to. Well, actually I do. Julia Bergman from Georgia Tech.
You can make an argument for her, sure.
But I just don't know how you can't give Pitt a lot of these awards, considering how good they've been consistently the entirety of this season.
First point, second set. Chaussee, Lund, Akeo. And a point for the Panthers.
I also don't like that you didn't say anything during that whole entire stint because you didn't want any backlash.
No, well, I know as a play-by-play guy, I know I'm just going to tee up my analyst and let her go. You didn't come up for air during that whole segment. You just talked nonstop.
I bet my dad's texting saying, "You're talking too fast. Slow down." I do have a tendency to do that, but I'm just so excited.
You were excited about it all. I get it. Chaussee for Akeo. I don't know how you could argue against Akeo, you know, when you come in as a freshman and you win the Rookie of the Week award 7 times. And when you think about what she came into, because Kylie Levers goes down with an injury 3rd day of practice, so that could have been disaster for Pittsburgh. Instead, she turned out to be a great plus for this team.
Yes, she has. She's done a really nice job as a freshman coming in, assuming that role, especially when it's such a big leadership role. And Dan Fisher was very complimentary. He said she's improved in all facets of her game so far this season, but he said she doesn't look nervous anymore out there. She looks comfortable. She looks like she's running the show. And that's what you want to see, especially when you're about to go into your first ever NCAA tournament.
Now, take me back, way back in the day, when you were getting ready for your first ever NCAA tournament as a freshman for Louisville, and how you handled that, because maybe Alexis and these other freshmen who are getting ready to go in the NCAA tournament can take notes.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I think back, we lost to Michigan in the second round at the KFC Center. That was the same year that Louisville was going to host the Final Four. And so we had a clear shot at getting there had we been able to get past Michigan. And I remember thinking, you know, I played on big stages like many of these young women, in state championships, national championships, and AAUs. And I remember in the 4th set against Michigan, I underset Gwen Rucker, our middle blocker, 2 times. She got roofed both times because I was setting her armpit. She was also 6'3", 6'4". There was no need to be undersetting her, but I was so nervous. And I think back to that time, and I absolutely hate it that I let the moment get to me because I think I was the real reason why we didn't allow that game to go 5. And I remember going to the locker room at the Yum Center, and I puked afterwards because I was so beside myself that I felt like...
You got TV, we say upchucked.
Oh, okay, excuse me, whatever.
Obviously,
spend some time in the bathroom.
This is a raw wound here.
It is. I mean, you're bringing back a lot of memories, but I was so much better from that experience, and I never frightened away from the moment. And I think Lexis Akeo is going to be just fine, obviously. She's got so many weapons around her, and when you have that, you just breathe confidence, and I think that's what she's going to have a similar situation moving forward.
That's the thing, for you look at both these teams. We talked about all the freshmen in Louisville, and as you well know, Louisville's got a long history of success no matter what conference they've played in, and they're getting ready to go into the NCAA tournament. It's just different when your season's on the line, when you know there's no tomorrow, and it is that kind of, I can see how you would get so tight and so sick to your stomach as you so delicately put to us a few moments ago.
They're huge plays. I mean, the moment is so big. You don't want to let anyone down. You don't want to let your teammates down. And, you know, Louisville, like you said, has been to so many, 27 NCAA appearances. Haven't been to a Sweet 16 in a really long time. So I'll be interested to see how they're able to fare. Can you get past that first weekend? Unfortunately, that was probably the biggest black eye of my career, was I was never able to get past the second round and live to see another day. And so I'll be curious to see how both teams fare.
That one goes long, service error, and much like the first set, this one is a tight one here in set number 2. You see Danny Busman-Kelly in her 3rd season. Of course, she has had a little bit of experience as a player in the NCAA tournament, winning a national championship with Nebraska back in 2006. That's a point for Pittsburgh.
Nice job by Lane. Van, what are we going with? Boomkirk?
I think that's, she can legally change it if she wants.
I love it. Nice job. Set's coming from over her shoulder. She's still able to do a nice job managing that. And kudos to the young setter that we were just talking about. She's on the 10-foot line, and she's still forcing and pushing that middle connection. Really nice job. Makes it hard to defend when the defense doesn't expect you on the 10-foot line to still be able to set your middle. So kudos to her for that.
I have a feeling I've seen or read Van Boomkirk somewhere. I am not making that up. No, I don't think so. I mean, if you want to take credit, that's fine.
No, you need to take credit. Patent that or trademark that. Wait, trademark that.
Offices are closed tomorrow, so I may forget by Friday.
Fair
Louisville
point.
to serve, 6-6 here in the second. Hilligus. That's right at the net.
Get up! Oh! You make a great dig. Get back up, girl. She's coming right back for you. And a nice job by Stephanie Williams. Hit a man when they're down. Love that. She sees she goes down. She's not able to get back up. Oh, I'm going to go right back to you. But Chaussee, come help your girlfriend out. Help her out.
Tried to get there. Just couldn't get there in time. Dug out by Williams. Blocked back. And hot potato almost saved by Williams. Point for the Cards.
Look at that another time. 7-7.
We had 13 ties in the first set and 4 lead changes. 6 ties here in the second set.
I asked Danny Busboom Kelly, I said, despite the leadership and experience, oh, and I can't believe I'm starting this after this, but she said Tori Dilfer has the edge over Shannon Shields because she's such a good server. I think I should take ownership for that one. I totally jinxed her.
I think Tori's taken ownership of it, and that's been one of the things and reasons why she's played more, because she, even though she's new to this program after transferring over from TCU, good job saving it there by Hamilton. No catching this one, and it's a point for Louisville. But Dilfer, as a junior, who's an experienced player, brings some of that experience that they're now lacking with McHenry out for the season.
Yeah, she absolutely has, and I think that that's what's given her the edge. They need her to be a leader. They need to rely on her in tight situations. She's sound, solid fundamentally in her technique, but it's sometimes those intangibles that win you the job.
Dilfer with the set. Chaussee sends it long. Chaussee has not missed much over the last couple of weeks. She hit .357 with 13 kills in the win against Miami last time out. Her numbers have come up. She's gone for 19 kills in 2 in the last 3 matches, but an error there puts Pittsburgh in front.
Chi Inde checks back in for Pittsburgh, and this is a nice matchup between Chaussee and Inde in the front row.
Long run to try to get there, but Stander ran out of room, and the Panthers are up by 2.
Nice pass by Mia Stander. They go with the back set. Nice block, even though she's going outside of her body. Unfortunately, Lexi Hamilton just not able to get her platform on it quick enough and keep it back in.
Akeo to the serve. Chaussee the kill.
Chaussee, nice pass. Great job, 6 rotation player. Sabrina Stark's like, come on, I just touched that ball. I slowed it down for you guys. Make the dig.
There's a strong dig by Stander. Another kill for Chaussee.
Nice set. Dilfer pushed all the way back to this sideline. She has to push so far. Watch this pass. Push, push, push. She's backpedaling and she's going against the grain. Look at that set. Unbelievable. Leaves it high, hangs it up for Chaussee. Really nice job.
Louisville coming off of what their head coach said was a great passing weekend. They've had some great passing moments here. That's a good moment for Pittsburgh to go back in front.
Akeo going with Sabrina Stark in the middle there. Nice job keeping Louisville's defense honest, balanced back there by continuing to make the middle a presence and a threat that they have to focus on.
Dilfer looks for Chaussee again. That one is called in. Point for Louisville.
That had some heat on it. You could hear it. Nice job here, getting up after it, right over Kayla Lund's head. Ducks out of it. They thought it was out. Sadly, in.
Dan Fisher agreed, didn't bring up the challenge card. He was looking right at it. Chaussee goes with a soft touch this time. Great hustle play by Lund to get there. They go to Chaussee again, and this is a formula that just keeps working for the Cards.
Phenomenal job by Kayla Lund, making that effort, hustle play to keep that alive. If I'm Kayla Lund, I'm going up to my blockers and say, help me out. Can we dive cross court, please? Can we get a closed block? Because right now they're leaving that seam and Chaussee's just taking advantage of it.
There's a kill on that previous play. Is that Starks needs to move over, need to be a little quicker to go over there to help?
She does, or Inde needs to recognize the fact that she's not going to get there in time because she got held up, and she's got to dive inside to be able to make that block.
And there's the answer by Pittsburgh, the kill for Stephanie Williams.
Ooh, low set.
KO to Inde.
Nice job touching that ball. Slow it down.
Chausse again, and this time the block is there for Pittsburgh.
It's like they can hear us over here.
You are pretty close, and you are pretty loud, just for the record.
Okay, wow. Great job, Inde. Beautiful. She dives in. She closes off that seam. Ugh, feeling it, loving it. I hear you, girl.
Hilligus with the serve. Hilligus with the dig.
Tight set. Ugh.
And then the block for Louisville. It's Stevenson at the net, leading the team in total blocks coming in here today with 122.
Really nice job by Stevenson. It's a tight set. Inde doesn't have much to work with in that situation. You know, can you tip your way out of it? I don't know, because it was so tight. It was going to probably fall on the other side of the net had they let it go. Louisville there with the barricade. But they go right back to her, and that's what I love about this offense. Just because somebody makes a mistake or gets roofed doesn't mean they're going to shy away from them. Oh, nice job by Williams being able to cut that ball.
Williams with the kill. That is her 5th kill of the match. And Pittsburgh up a set and now up a point.
That zone 4, zone 5 area right around the 10-foot line is so hard to defend. And if you have that cut shot where you can go thumb down and put some pace on the ball to get it in that area right at that 10-foot line, it's usually always a kill. So really nice job by Williams of being able to find it and get the ball there.
Good set by Dilfer. Stevenson right in rhythm to hammer it home.
Nice job. Dilfer's up front. They run Anna Stevenson behind off 1 foot. Williams leaves a little bit of line. Stevenson says, thank you very much.
Soboleski. Alexa Hendricks in for Louisville. That is out of play, and that's a 6th assist for Soboleski, as Van Buskirk got the kill, her 4th. And now a point for Louisville as the Cards go back in front by 1, and Tori Dilfer ready to serve. Dilfer had a team-high 39 assists Sunday against Miami, off to a good start here today with 20 assists so far as we play in set 2.
Did you see I didn't say anything on her serve? I want to jinx her again. Worked out. I said she was a good server, and then she missed it.
Quiet next time.
No, and then I was quiet. I can't take ownership for people's mistakes, you know? I don't want to be the reason that I'm jinxing it over here.
2-point advantage for Louisville. Deep breath from Dilfer. Good serve.
Nice dig. Oh.
Blocked. That's Van Buskirk at the net.
I like the decision to go with Chausse out of the back row. It's nice to mix it up a little bit, but your front row players, they're playing well. They're terminating for you. When you run a bick or a pipe right out of the middle, it's easy work for Pitt's blockers. All they have to do is make 1 or 2 steps in to meet their middle blocker to go up and over, and that's what you just saw from Pitt. So I'd like to see her go a little bit further to the pins if you're going to run somebody out of the back row.
Zoe Faki comes back in, another point for Pittsburgh.
And that's another situation. Nice pass, but a little bit too low. Iko Jones has got some hops. Get her up there so she can go high over top of this big block. That's low and inside a little bit. Iko, if you saw, she had to drop her elbow. Couldn't even get a full extension on that one. And she goes right into Markowitz.
Another good serve from Faki. Faki with the dig. Lund reset. Lund again. Block back and in play. Point Louisville.
10 blocks for Louisville in 2 sets. Really impressive work what they're doing at the net. That's a credit to Anna Stevenson and Amaya Tillman. Really working hard up there to close blocks, get over top, to press.
Dilfer with the dig.
Tight.
And the finish.
And that's
by Jones.
A nice job by Jones, recognizing the situation. Tori Dilfer gets taken out of the play by making a nice dig. Mia Standard comes in with a platform set, a little bit too tight to the net. Jones is able to maneuver her way by throwing that ball down through the block. Nice job to keep that one alive. Easily could have resulted in a stuff block.
Dan Fisher making some substitutions now. Soboleski goes out.
So now he's moved back to the 5-1. You've got Lexus Akeo in the front row. I think he feels more confident finishing out a set in this situation. If I'm Tori Dilfer, great serve. If I'm Tori Dilfer, right now I'm having a conversation with Chase and I'm saying, you've got the setter. You've got the setter in front of you. I'm sure they'll talk about it right now. But Lexus Akeo, she's 5'8". You want to target her over and over and over again if you're Louisville right now and try to take swings right over top of her.
Timeout called by Pittsburgh. The Cards, the first 20 here in this second set. Let's take a look at their NCAA
start to the season. They're now at the 57th RPI, so they're right on the cusp. You could make a case for them, but they finished so strong. They really started coming into their own. Actually, when you and I had them at Clemson, they started playing really, really well, and they are such a potent offensive team. I would hate to see them not get into the NCAA tournament because I think they could really upset and beat a few teams and make a decent run.
And another timeout called by Pittsburgh as Louisville's up by 4 here in the second set. Final thought on the NCAA tournament as it relates to the ACC. It feels like in talking to the coaches this week, you've got to be in the low 50s to have a shot. And North Carolina was 62. Well, they lost today to Wake Forest, even though they had won 10 of their last 12 with their 2 losses to Pitt. You mentioned Georgia Tech. They have won 12 of 13. Their one loss was in 5 sets to Pittsburgh. That's how good Georgia Tech has been over these last few weeks.
And that's why I think that they should get in because they're playing such good volleyball right now. I mean, their offense is phenomenal. Statistically, their offense is actually better than Pittsburgh in some categories because they are so good. You've got Julie Bergman, the Jerzilian, the German-Brazilian freshman outside for them. They've got a slew of weapons up there, and Maddie McKissick obviously running the show at quarterback for them, leading the league in assists. I just think they're playing so well. I would hate to see them not get in, but you have to go back to the start of the season. I don't like their schedule. They didn't have a tough schedule and still didn't get off to a really great start in ACC play. Took them a little bit to find themselves. And so that's why they could be kept out. North Carolina, to your point, they did win 8 of the last 10 matches, but that loss to Wake Forest today, I think, kills them. That hurts their RPI. They're going to be on the outside looking in, unfortunately, for Joe Segula and his team.
So Georgia Tech will wrap up their regular season at Miami on Friday, then hold out hope when the Selection Sunday rolls around, 8:30 p.m. Sunday evening when the brackets announce that they get in. Louisville on a run right now. They are on top 21-17. Pittsburgh has used their 2 timeouts here in the second set, and the Cards trying to even things up at a set apiece. Starks. Good job by Dilfer. Dilfer's been great here today. Chase has it blocked back by Pittsburgh's Starks.
I'd like to see better awareness from Chase in this situation. Iko Jones is setting you, okay? So obviously it's going to be underset. She's not a setter by trade. She leaves that ball far inside, just sitting, waiting for the blockers to go up and grab. Have some more awareness in that situation to work around it. Trust that your defense can get you back in a similar situation, in a better situation, so that you can actually go up and attack.
Off the Akeo serve. Here's Louisville. And a point for the Cards.
Nice job. Nice job by Mia Standard there. Tori Dilfer makes the dig. Mia Standard has to come in and take over setting duties. Gets her feet there, gets low, makes a really high set for Iko Jones to go up and go over top of the block. Nice job there.
Akeo by Starks.
Great answer here. Hilligus gets him in a good situation. Akeo goes right with the quick set to Sabrina Starks. You're one-on-one with the middle blocker. Has to result in a kill. Great job terminating by Sabrina Starks.
Lund serves. Down 3. Point Louisville.
I don't know what it is about volleyball. Anything I can do, you can do better. Okay, they just run the middle and then boom, right back at you. Louisville, Mia Standard, phenomenal pass. Tori Dilfer says, okay, we'll go to her. I like that Sabrina Starks tried to go into her angle. Good job. Understanding and seeing by Stevenson. She was able to get the kill.
Point for Pittsburgh, down by 3 here in set 2 of the best of 5. Starks, Lund, and now Williams, all with 6 kills for the Panthers. Illiga serves. Tight here late in the second set, and that point will go to Louisville.
That's huge. Huge, because the momentum of that point did not seem to be favoring Louisville. And had Pitt got that point, becomes 23-21. Much different situation, vibe, and feeling in terms of confidence instead of 24-20 right now, serving for set point.
Alexa Hendricks will come in for the Cards. Chaussee serving for set 2. KO. Williams. Pittsburgh still in it.
Really nice job by Williams. You got a tight bump set coming at you. She goes high and inside, thumb down to that sharp cross angle. I would have liked to see Anna Stevenson have some awareness on the tightness of the set and dive in cross court. But she is trying to manage Tori Dilfer on her right side as an undersized setter.
Another set point. That's in, and Louisville has tied it up. The kill for the Cards. Stivrins puts it away, and the Louisville Cardinals take set 2.
Buckle up, Eric. Buckle up. Can she continue to roll for these Louisville Cardinals?
Now, if Georgia makes a tournament, are they squash? Are they, because they got that offense, everything's good, just some squash sounds like a good play.
I wanted somebody to be the sweet potato cast.
Yes, sweet potato with the marshmallows.
You know what? Syracuse be better, okay? If Syracuse was going to the NCAA tournament, I would have easily given it to them just purely based on color.
Yeah. I don't know if I've lost my appetite for tomorrow or not, or if I'm more looking forward to it.
Just make sure you get your fat pants ready to roll.
I'll be in those comfy clothes. 1-1, familiar theme here. No team has really gone on a long run in the first 2 sets.
No belts either. Can't wear a belt for Thanksgiving. Come on. You need maximum capacity. You need to be able to expand.
Talk to your dad about the Sands belt era. That will drop in, and it's a point for Pittsburgh.
Hilligas with a pass, a KO. Drop back in just a tad, and another big-time seam and hole between Jones and Tillman there. Williams easily able to find it and terminate.
Faki on to serve for the Panthers. Dilfer, here's Chaussee. Defensive dig by Lund. More out of self-preservation, and it works out to be a point for Pittsburgh.
Really nice swing by Williams there. But let's start with the dig. Kayla Lund. Great job getting her hands in front of her face right in time. KO with the bump set, and Williams with the finish.
It's served by Faki. That one goes long.
Okay, so in this situation, that pass comes really, really fast at Tori Dilfer, right? There's not a lot of air under it. And so she goes with the 1 set to Tillman. When that pass is so fast, you have to understand that your middle is late. They're running behind. They're not going to get to you on time. So you have to be able to hang that ball a little bit higher in the air to make up for some of that time. Unfortunately, she continues on her normal set. Tillman is forced to tip that ball, tips it too long.
That's deflected, but Pittsburgh still in the point. A KO. And then Williams just got caught up in the air a little bit, just couldn't time it the right way, it appears, and it's a point for Louisville.
And what's so wrong when you're out of system with just throwing the ball up around the 10-foot line for your attacker? A KO goes really, really tight to the net. You're trapping your girl. You're trapping her right into the block. She's nowhere to go. Give her some room. Give her some time. Let her make the decision.
That is deflected by Louisville, and a point for Pittsburgh. Again, I'll remind everybody, I'm sitting next to the former ACC Setter of the Year. Her standards for setters are a little bit higher than any other position on the floor.
That's fair. Both setters, well, you actually have seen you've seen 3 so far tonight, potentially 4. are phenomenal. So I think you're allowed to hold them to a little bit of a higher standard.
I think they'd like it.
I know both of their coaches definitely do.
Yes. How'd you like that set?
Really nice job. On-time pass, on-time set. You can feel Stevenson getting right on top of you, right to you. Nice job going cross-body here. One-on-one, baby. Got to terminate. Does a nice job getting it right on the line.
Now, we've talked throughout the season about a setter having great eyes. Oh, great pancake dig here by Louisville. Hillegas, Markowitz, so that's going to head out of play. We talked about setters having great eyes, but you think they need to have all the senses working. You've got to feel your hitter coming up next to you.
So much of a feel.
Yeah.
You have to hear them, you have to see them. Yeah, it goes so far beyond vision, and that's why building a rapport and a chemistry with your middle blocker is so important. It takes so many reps because you have to be able to work out that feel of knowing where they are at all times if you can't see or hear them.
Lund wasn't put in a great position. Chaussee kept it alive, and then a diving play made by Stander, who went into the net support. Seems to be okay.
That ball dribbles on the net a little bit longer than expected. Chaussee's on her heels. Only can get one fist to it at the time. Stay ready. Stay honest. Ooh.
Easy pickings for Lane Van Buskirk.
Yeah, Anna Stevenson just takes one to the head or the shoulders, and it actually has some air on it. It's like, come on, guys, help me out. Oh, the elbow. Good thing. Getting tagged in the face with a volleyball is not fun, speaking from experience.
Hillegas, a KO, and point for Pittsburgh. That violation on Louisville and a timeout called here by the Cardinals. This is the largest lead.
Trying to push it deep.
Akeo goes to Lund. And a point for Pittsburgh.
Nice job by Akeo and the awareness to know Tori Dilfer's up there. She sends that ball right back to Kayla Lund on the outside pin. She's able to tool off of a little bit undersized of a setter front row.
Panthers up 7. Hillegas with the serve. Williams. Dilfer sets it. Stivrins got caught charging the net, and it was behind her a little bit, so another point for Pittsburgh.
A little bit of a miscommunication there. Stivrins wanted the inside ball. Tori Dilfer most likely couldn't hear her calling the audible, pushes the outside seam. That's always super tricky on the court mid-play. I hated that when I had outside hitters who maybe weren't as vocal or as loud, and they were trying to call and switch the play right as I'm trying to track down a dig. You gotta be loud. You gotta make me hear you, make me see you.
Hillegas goes with the hard serve, and that one is just out. Now they're saying that it was a deflection by Louisville, and it's a point for Pittsburgh.
Look, Hendricks isn't fighting it. She's not fighting it enough to say you should challenge it, so it had to have touched her. Oh, are you kidding? What an easy point, Eric. And see, look, it spirals.
Well, for the first time tonight, it has gotten away from Louisville against second-ranked Pittsburgh, as now it's a double-digit lead for the first time this evening for the Panthers, who have won 17 in a row. They've dropped just 6 sets in ACC play, which includes the second set here tonight against Louisville. Markowitz keeping it alive for Starks.
Really nice job by Sabrina Starks, just awareness and presence at the net. Ball goes tight, Stivrins unable to get a full contact on it. Akeo keeps the ball alive with that one-handed set. No block, empty net. Get you some, girl.
Akeo with 28 assists tonight. Pittsburgh on top by 11. Louisville trying to do whatever they can to slow down Dan Fisher's team. They'll do it by using a timeout right now as we take a look at what the freshman from Hawaii has been doing. 7-time Freshman of the Week award winner in the ACC, Alexis Akeo.
Most likely your ACC Freshman of the Year as well. She just puts people in good situations. She's small, but she understands her body movements and where she is at all times and how close she is to the net. She's able to throw that ball back, and she gets her hitters in one-on-one situations for ultimate success. Just really, really impressed with her. 28 assists, 7 digs, so she's doing it from the back row as well. She'll enter her first NCAA tournament, likely with the #2 team in the nation. What a time. How much fun is this going to be for her? What a season it's been for the entire team as well.
4th in the conference in assists per set at 10.5. Closing in on a double-double here tonight. She has 5 double-doubles this year. So outside of taking a timeout, Katie George, what can Louisville do here in this 3rd set to stem the tide?
Okay, so that score is atrocious, 15-4. But here's the deal. Can you get momentum? You and I have talked about this before over this season. Can you chip away? Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be able to come back from this deficit and win set 3. That's not what I'm going to focus on. Can you chip away, get some momentum, some big-time blocks, some big-time kills to where you make Pittsburgh doubt themselves just a little bit, make it hard for them to get to 25, so you're right there on their coattails moving into set 4. Try to steal the momentum back here so you can build upon it in set 4. That's a good start.
Stevenson with the kill. Now, one thing that's been missing for Louisville that we saw a lot of in set 1, not as much in set 2, but it was there and they won the set, getting blocks at the net. They don't have any blocks here in this 3rd set.
No, they don't, and that's something that's lacking. It's your first line of defense. Not only do you don't have to necessarily get a stuff block or a block for a point, but can you slow these Pittsburgh attackers down and help your defense get digs?
Also play by Shannon Shields, who's into the match for Louisville, and this point goes to the Panthers.
And so they haven't gone to Shannon Shields in total with the 5-1. Louisville's just flipped themselves to a 6-2 situation to see what they can get going. Well, no, they haven't actually.
They were 5-1 with Dilfer on the bench for the moment. Now
Dilfer's back in the front row. Interesting.
Well, sometimes if you look at the scoreboard, it's time to, well, can I experiment a little bit? Can I get some breaks in for people? That's tipped out of play. It's a point for Louisville.
Nina Mbanu also checking in for Louisville as well. This is her first sighting. She gets the kill on the outside pin. So now you've got Jones, Tillman, and Mbanu up in the front row for Louisville.
A different look for the Cardinals than we've seen at any time tonight. Dilfer to serve. Good job by Louisville to keep it alive. And that's going to be deflected out of play by Mbanu.
And if you're Mbanu, that can't happen. You got a set that's coming right at you. It's too tight. You see it. Go up and grab it. Don't allow Pittsburgh to have a chance to contact the ball first. Instead, you get tooled off the block there, and it's an easy point for Pittsburgh when really you could have capitalized on that situation and thrown the ball down.
Blocked back by Pittsburgh. Jones.
Oh, that's had some heat. Nice dig.
Lund is the one who dug it out there, and it's a point. Williams gets the kill. They have a lot of credit, though, to Kayla Lund.
I mean, just great job bodying this one. Such a hard hit. She's able to keep it inside the court, which is half the battle. Good job by Akeo in that situation. You're out of system. She keeps Stephanie Williams off the net, allows her to go up and attack. She doesn't push it too tight and limit her options.
That's Lund's 7th dig of the night. Hilligus gets a dig here. Ende. Dug out by Dilfer. Jones. Akeo looks for Williams, who finds the opening to get the kill.
Great play both sides, really strong defense, and it started with this girl, libero Haley Hilligus. Oh, she's moving backwards, still able to get her platform just underneath the ball. Really nice job, and then Stephanie Williams finding that seam in that hole, tipping it right through.
That one's deflected off of Pittsburgh. It's a point for the Cards.
Nice Nice job by Aiko Jones going high hands. Okay, Mia Standard checks in for the cards. Can you build a little bit momentum? Can you just string together a couple of points? Get on a run here. Make them think about it. Make them feel you. Right now, 19-7, they're coasting.
Ende, dug by Dilfer.
Tight.
Chaussee. KO goes to Starks, and that's a point for Louisville.
There's a block. You mentioned they hadn't had a lot of blocks here in this third set. There's one for you. 2 points there for Louisville. Back to back. Can you string together more points? Tillman, nice job getting up against Sabrina Starks. Unfortunately, that was an easily covered ball. A little bit of miscommunication on Pitt. Oh, beautiful dig.
Got there. There's another block for the cards.
And you're moving, and you're chipping away at that score, point after point. Try to steal a little bit of this momentum away from Pittsburgh right now. If you're Pitt, side out, put them back in their place.
Ende.
Nice high set in that situation. Gives Chi Ende plenty of time, plenty of options. Good job by Hillegas hanging it up there for her. And look at that. She goes right between the hands. That was actually a close block in terms of body. You would have just liked to have seen Louisville been able to close off their hands a little bit closer to each other to be able to get that block. Instead, Ende's able to funnel it through.
7th kill for Ende on a team-high 29 swings, hitting at 0.34. That's a point for Pittsburgh.
Kayla Lund right there. 4th in conference play. Oh, excuse me, was that Zoe Faki? Zoe Faki, really nice serve there. That ball looks like it's going out. Makes you feel like you need to call that ball out and open up, which we just saw Louisville defenders do. Drops right in at the inline. Really pretty ball.
3rd ace for Pittsburgh here tonight. Chaussee got some momentum going to the net, but Pittsburgh was ready for her at the net.
Oh, it's such a big block. Van Buskirk, Ende. It's like a brick wall. Really tough to go against. Really nice job by those two, getting together and pressing over.
Van Buskirk with 4 blocks tonight. Pittsburgh is a team with 8. She's appeared in all 3 sets. She's been effective with her serve. That's deflected. And now there's going to be a debate here. The point has been given to Louisville. And I don't think there's going to be a replay review here. The Pittsburgh
is so mad at Dan Fisher right now.
For not challenging?
She's like, challenge it. I didn't touch it. I didn't. And he's like, well, you know what? We're up by 22-10. I don't think we need to challenge it. Ende's not having it. Oh, looks like it just hit the net. Okay, Van Buskirk. Oh! Assist to the middle blocker. Are you kidding me?
Van Buskirk's had a great match here tonight. You've noticed her right from the start. First of all, she's hitting at 778, but she's done just much more than hit at a high number.
Look at that cut. I mean, she's 2-3 feet off the net, Ende is, and still able to cut that sharp. That just speaks to how high she's able to get up in the air.
8th kill for Ende.
Yeah, and if you're Louisville, you're breaking down at this point. Just fast forward. Let's get through this one, refocus, regroup. Let's have a conversation about it on the bench and go to work in set 4. But right now, not the kind of performance you want to see in set 3 after you fight your way to win set 2.
Set point for the Panthers. Markowitz, good serve. And a point for the Cards to stay alive for the moment. Jamie Vassalou will come on now for Louisville to serve. We chant, "Let's go Pitt" here from the Peterson crowd. And it's going to be a fitting end to set number 3. Lane Van Buskirk with the kill. And the Panthers up 2-1 here in Pittsburgh. It's been another memorable year for this Pittsburgh program, heading to their 4th straight NCAA tournament. One of the great memories happened to be a loss, a record crowd of 5,195 here in the Peterson Event Center. Watch Penn State come to Pittsburgh, and it was a 5-set thriller won by Penn State. This came just 2 days after Pittsburgh went to Penn State and got a sweep in Happy Valley, the highest-ranked opponent victory in Pittsburgh's program history. They had lost 16 straight matches to Penn State, so they have a win at Penn State on their resume, a 5-set loss to Penn State, and this is their case for a 1 seed. They beat Louisville here today. They got to get help from the 4 teams ahead of them in the RPI, so it could happen, but they need some things to fall into place, I would say. Yeah,
it's a little bit out of their control in situations of what happens elsewhere, but could you even imagine you host the first and second round because you're in the top 16? Beautiful, Kayla Lund. Then you potentially get to host a regional. You could play every single match at home in the NCAA tournament if some things fall your way, but the chances of that are a little bit slim at this point because I do not see Wisconsin really being able to fall out of that top 4 in terms of RPI.
Well, we asked Dan Fisher about RPI and everything. He said they make it very clear to the players right from day one what they're looking for, what they're trying to do. Chaussee gets the point to tie things up. He said being in the top 16 is the biggest thing. Top 4 would be amazing for this program. You also have to remember, too, there's no guarantee you're going to get to that second weekend because that happened to Pittsburgh last year. They lost.
Easy. You always play a really good team the second round. And a tough opponent.
I hate to bring this up because you mentioned before, they lost to Michigan, which is the team you faced and got knocked out of the NCAA tournament by as a freshman.
You know what? You said Illinois. I'd be more upset. I lost them twice in the NCAA tournament. Unbelievable.
You know, this night and tomorrow is about giving thanks, not lamenting what went wrong in your career.
Not right now, because you brought it up.
Chaussee drops it in beautifully.
Love that. Love that. Nice job switching things up, going to the roll shot. We call this the donut, ladies and gentlemen. It's the circle in the middle of the defense. Whoop, drop it in.
Already more ties in this set than we had in set number 3. There was just 1 tie in that 3rd set, a runaway win for Pittsburgh. Tipped over, and that's going to drop in over the outstretched arms of Dilfer, and a point for Stephanie Williams.
That was a bit of an ugly play on both sides.
Individual numbers for Pittsburgh. Good diving play by Louisville to keep it alive. That was Jones, and it's a point for Pittsburgh. Not a lot of Pittsburgh matches go to where we are right now, set 4, let alone 5 sets.
No, they don't, and that's why when you're making a case for somebody like Kayla Lund to be Player of the Year or Haley Hilligus to be Defensive Player of the Year, their stats don't show up on paper as well as somebody who's playing for a different team because, A, to your point, they're not playing in a lot of sets because they usually take care of business in 3 by sweeping their opponents, and then B, they don't get in really long rally points because they're so efficient in terminating the ball. So Haley Hilligus doesn't have a ton of digs because she's not having to do it because her offensive players take care of business. So that's why I feel like people can make an argument that maybe somebody else should win these awards. But really, if you just look at the total body of work, I mean, 17-0 in ACC play, I don't care who you are. That is tough to do. Heads up. Nice job, sir. Way to keep your head on a swivel, sir.
Our friend in the front row showed some cat-like quickness not to get decapitated on that deflection off of
Eric, I don't know if you would have moved that fast. Would you have moved that fast?
My reflexes just hit right now about 15 seconds after the fact. Another point for the Panthers and building up a little bit of a lead here, up 2 sets to 1.
A similar situation where we were a set ago. Pitt's building. Can you side out? Can you cut it off? Can you stop the bleeding and keep this thing close? Oh, well, she'll do it for you.
Service error. That's the 3rd service error for Pittsburgh. Give Louisville credit. You've got to come in here to Pittsburgh, and you've got to play a very clean match if you're going to be in it. They've only had 1 service error here tonight. It's the one you jinxed, actually.
Well, here we go again. Eric, same server. Take it away, Eric. Please.
I'm not superstitious.
No, that wasn't me. That was Eric. He started it.
8-5.
Set it up with the stat. Oh, look, they've only had one service error. Psych.
That's deflected a point for Pittsburgh. 9-5, Panthers on top. Timeout called by Louisville, down by 4. We will take the timeout as well.
I think we need a break as
Could
well.
not come at a better time for us.
Sweating. Sweating.
Reminder, Saturday college football doubleheader. Boston College needing a win to become bowl eligible takes on Pittsburgh here in Pittsburgh at Heinz Field at 3:30 Eastern Time. Then North Carolina and NC State in the ACC and primetime matchup presented by Geico. That one will feature Katie George on the sideline. That's coming up here on the ACC Network on Saturday. Out of the Louisville timeout, Dilfer sets it for Jones. And a diving play by Markowitz, but it goes out of play, and it's a point for Louisville. Did you have something you wanted to ask?
Yeah, have you had a good turkey in your lifetime?
I would just like to say for the record that my Nana made the greatest turkeys year after year, and I would never insult her like you insulted your Nana about her turkey roasting
I just
abilities.
don't know why it has to be a turkey. Like, what happened to chicken or a beef? You know? I know you can brine it.
Off of Dilfer.
I mean, I don't know because I don't do that. I don't touch the turkey.
You're just joining us. Katie insulted her Nana and her dry turkey year after year.
Right now.
She knows it's just for TV. Love you, Nana. Back row attack. Great dig.
A dig made by Hamilton. Blocked, but out of play, and it's a point for Pittsburgh.
Falling behind a little bit here if you're Louisville. You need to side out, and it's not just about siding out. It's about stringing together points, going back to serve and putting together one or two to cut your way back into this game.
They just look at the efficiency now for Pittsburgh. How that hitting percentage continues to climb here for the Panthers. In the early going first couple of sets, lots of blocks for Louisville. They're real active at the net. Now nothing's going their way at the net. That's another point for the Panthers. They're on top by 6. Pittsburgh now for the match is hitting .288, and in this set, KG, they're hitting .615.
Oh, that is incredible. Not so incredible if you're Louisville for allowing that to happen.
They serve it at Chaussee again. Looking for that hole in the donut that KG pointed out before. There's a block, but it's a point for Pittsburgh.
That's the thing. Are you sensing a theme with volleyball players that we love food? There's a donut, there's a pancake, you add some syrup on it. Obviously, we've got the matchup between the pie and the stuffing tonight here. Marquee matchup on Thanksgiving Eve. The number 2 stuffing versus the receiving votes, pie, pumpkin pie, cherry pie, whatever pie.
Timeout called by Louisville, so they've used their 2 timeouts here in this 4th set. They're down 2 sets to 1. Well, I'm just, there's a timeout, so I want to make sure I address that.
Well,
Anthony DeVita, our talented producer, working with Bob Whitelaw, Jeff Satterfield. We appreciate all their work here on Thanksgiving Eve, and all our crew letting me know what is going to come next that I can set you on. And I'm setting you on Lane Van Buskirk's play tonight.
Beautiful set, beautiful set. Send it on over to me. Van Boomkirk, actually, guys, there's a typo on the screen. Van Boomkirk has been phenomenal for Pittsburgh. Just so lethal on that quick tempo 1 set. I mean, she goes crossbody, she goes strong angle, off 1 foot here on a quick tempo A set behind, tool in the block. I mean, it helps, obviously, because she's 6'3", but she can move, man. She's so active on that net. She's got 10 kills. Kayla Lund, obviously, 13. Stephanie Williams, 12. I mean, and that's the thing.
5 with 9 or
players
more.
tonight. Are you kidding me? There's 5 of them. There's 5 of them. 2 of them are about to be in double digits. They have such a balanced attack, and that's why I feel like with the depth and the balance and the consistency from anybody on any given night, that's why they can make a deep run. Now, if you flip it over to Louisville's side, outside of that third set performance, this has been a strong night for Louisville, and you got to be able to draw some confidence on the way that you come in here, how you've served and passed. That was key for Danny Busboom-Kelly. She wanted to see them serve and pass well in a tough environment on the road against a good competitor, and they've done that tonight, so they can draw confidence moving into the NCAA tournament.
Chaussee hits it long, and it's another point for the Panthers. Up by 8 here, up 2-1 in the fourth. And a video challenge coming up from Busboom-Kelly. Challenging if that ball.
Wants to challenge it. Iko Jones pretty adamant that there was a touch.
As we've seen, these are hard. Busboom-Kelly is now used. And the look that we had, I didn't think there was enough there to overturn it, but using the technology that the officials have, they can see some other angles. So the down the line look, this one here may have been a little bit better to know.
Yeah, it's right on the line. I like that angle.
I was right.
Whoa! I was right.
Hilligus, Akeo, Lund, blocked back and in play. Well done by Iko Jones getting the block for Louisville. You really like the potential she has. Redshirt freshman out of Jamaica, 6'2", plays with a lot of energy.
I do, and Louisville feels like they're just scratching the surface with her. I mean, she's unbelievable in terms of her physicality and athleticism, obviously. And there's another unforced error, unfortunately, for the Cardinals, and they can't have that right now. But Iko Jones, what I love about her is she can play in the back row. She can tack out of the back row. You can put her on the outside, the middle, the right side. She's so versatile because she's got such a great broad skill set. I'm really excited to see what she turns into as her career at Louisville progresses. On
serves, here is Jones, and that one was deflected. Point for the Cards. Iko Jones will go back to serve. Jones, even though this is her first year, she is the team leader in sets played, playing all but one this season. 103 out of 104 sets, with more to come in the NCAA tournament for the Cards. There's Jones laying out to get it. Chaussee had it blocked. Akeo, quick set. Another play by Jones. One of the longest points of the match right here. It continues. Chaussee, Lund, Akeo calls for it. Williams, Jones can't get this one. Point, Panthers.
Nice dig here, Akeo. A little bit of an underset there. Williams able to find the hole. Get Akeo looking. I have to report, my Uncle Salem just texted me and said that my aunt and Nana are going to cook me tomorrow. So
they're going to cook you?
As I've been clearly digging myself a hole. So I don't even know if I'm invited to Thanksgiving anymore.
As long as they brine you first, that'll be fun. Bounced around, and another point for the Panthers.
All I ask is that I'm moist and well cooked. They dried me out. Don't overcook me, please.
All Panthers here in the fourth. Lund.
Oh, nice back set. Oh.
And Ende with the kill. Ende into double figures now with 10 kills. So she is the fourth Pittsburgh player to get the double figures and kills.
Really nice job by Kay. You think she's going outside to Williams, and then she's able to thrust her way through, makes the back set. Great torso control. I mean, that takes a lot of abs. And they says, well, it worked, right? Really nice job.
43 assists now for Akeo. Zoe Faki's been very effective with her serve here tonight. That's one that she'd love to have back. She'll check out as Starks comes back.
You get so excited when they motion you to a short zone serve, because you want to just place it right over the net. And sometimes when your hand, if you have a missed contact, it results in that. And you're thinking, what just happened?
I'll tell you what just happened. Lane Van Buskirk has another kill. That's her 11th. She's hitting, I'm waiting for the update now, over 800.
I mean, that's incredible.
846.
She's 4th in the ACC in hitting percentage in total. I mean, over 800. Pretty close to perfect. Nice touch. Easy to manage.
Van Buskirk takes another swing. Dug out by Hendricks. Hilligus gets there. Tough set that time by a KO, and it's a point for Louisville. Cardinals down by 11, down 2-1. Pittsburgh trying to wrap up a perfect run in ACC play. Stivrins blocked back, and a point for the Panthers. Stephanie Williams has a double-double tonight, 13 kills, 11 digs. Kayla Lund has a double-double, 13 kills, 10 digs. Alexis Akeo almost has a double-double, 44 assists and 9 digs. Williams couldn't dig that one out, and it's a point for the Cards. And Banu will come back in. Williams got it up high. I think it was the shoulder, may have caught her on the chin. She's smiling about it though. Hendricks will check out.
Sometimes your shoulders make the best digs.
We've seen.
Just got to body it, and that's actually true. You actually work on that. You'll have coaches try to actually peg you in your upper body, and you just try to shoulder the ball back into the court. It's a true drill. I'm not making it up.
I wouldn't say you would. You speak nothing but the truth. Here is another swing by Stivrins. Chance here for Louisville. Quick set. Set for Lund. Block back, and there's a clean block at the net by the Cards. I think it's Tillman, yes.
Really nice job by Tillman and Mbanu. Watch here, Akeo goes low outside, which just makes it easy work for the blockers when you're coming right into them like that, and it traps your hitters on the outside where they don't have much to do, much work to go.
16 blocks tonight for Louisville, but just 4 since the second set. Louisville won that second set. Lund with a big swing.
Way to get there. Nice job bringing that back in. Tori Dilfer. Oh.
Hammered right down on Dilfer, and a point for Pittsburgh.
And Van Buskirk does such a great job. She's showing that she's going in her body, and then she cuts across. She takes her right arm and goes cross body back to zone 1, trying to take out the setter. She adds a lot of heat.
Short serve by Hilligus. Diving play by Williams. Kayla Lund with another kill for Pittsburgh, and it is match point for the Panthers.
She's got such a heavy live arm on the outside. We've seen her roll shot to the donut, go high down the line with a thumb up, thumb down, sharp corner, and then she can do that, where she just puts so much power behind the ball. She's a complete player.
Dug out by Hilligus, set by Akeo. Lund.
Great pancake. Oh!
Kept alive, but it's a point for Pittsburgh, and the Panthers have done it. They are perfect in the ACC in 20.